Hi everybody, welcome to another Chats with Chaudhry. It's getting very cloudy here in Surrey this afternoon, but my day's brighten up. So I'm talking to my good friend Ferran Sanchez, who I haven't spoken to in ages, and we're going to be talking about SCIEX's presence at EBF. But let me introduce Ferran properly. He is the Market Development Manager for Pharma and CRO, MS and CE for EMEAI at SCIEX. So Ferran, buenos dias. How are you, my friend?
I'm good, thank you. So then I can be better. So because I just 1 week ago I broke my femur cycling, but this is how it is. And I'm always trying to have a smile on my face and keep moving forward. That's all. So then yeah, I was doing something that I love. That it's cycling. So sometimes you pay the consequences of doing something in a very, let's say, motivated way, and that's what happened.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry to hear that, Ferran. Well, I hope you get a speedy recovery. I mean, I know it only happened to you last week, didn't it? So it's amazing you're back in front of the screen already selling the benefits of SCIEX. So thank you for doing that. And I'm sure you might be in a little bit of pain as well. So thank you for doing this now. Before we start talking about your presence at EBF and what SCIEX are doing there, perhaps you could give people a quick overview of SCIEX as a business and your role within SCIEX.
Yeah, related to SCIEX. SCIEX is a company that is offering solutions related to mass spec. So, and obviously the core of the business is the manufacturing and the distribution of mass spectrometers. But around the mass spectrometers, what we are trying to do is just to offer a complete experience to the customer for making them be up and running as fast as possible. So that means that this includes service, obviously, support for the applications, that it's very important, and also what we call SCIEX University for training the people in the proper and fast manner. And again, so then to be in front of the instrument, delivering results as soon as possible. Yeah, that's what we are doing. Then related to what I mean, so well, we have four, I will say, main markets. So then one is pharma and biopharma, where so then I'm the responsible for this market in that case. So then the title is big, but the job, I will say, is summarized in trying to listen the customers for providing the best solution. If it's not ready, just to have the solution ready for the future. Then one is pharma, the other one is food and environmental, and then we have life science research, so that it's omics, proteomics, and so on. And the last one is clinical, so the clinical and toxicology market. So this is what we are doing and what I'm doing. So listening, so then just trying to develop new applications and developing QOLs, and yeah, and also just doing the plan or the marketing plan for the region, that it's EMEA, so then Europe, Middle East, Africa, and India. It's quite big as well.
Yeah, quite a large segment. Well, in fact, the last time you and I actually met face to face was when we bumped into each other at ASMS in Atlanta last June. When I say June, I mean June 2019. That's how long ago. Now, a lot's changed since we saw each other in Atlanta, and obviously COVID has had a massive impact across the globe in so many different ways. How has it impacted SCIEX in terms of how you interact with your customers and support your customers over this quite difficult period?
Well, so at the beginning, so when this happened, so I remember when my last trip, it was in fact in the UK, and it was 12th of March. So then I was visiting some customers at the UK, and then the day after we were in lockdown. So like this, from one day to the other. And I will say during the first week, the company was a bit in shock, but very quick and very fast, we react in many senses. And people in service, people in support were still traveling just to service our customers. So that means that they adapt, and they were something like heroes, just trying to surface the pandemic across the world when it was possible. So, and from my perspective, so it was just how to change the communication. So then usually we are traveling, so we are in big meetings or small meetings for individual customers, and we like this type of face-to-face interaction. So then it was rethinking, so how to change all the marketing plan for being effective. So changing the way how we were communicating using the technology, and also so then how we were addressing the big groups and the small groups or individual groups, and also so then how to make, I will say, comfortable to our customers, just to try to show to the community what our customers are doing in their day-to-day, because obviously they are facing the same situation, right? So then it was type of collaborative work between SCIEX and our customers, and I do believe that it worked very well. So then we did obviously webinars, videos. So I was watching your videos, and then I was thinking, hey, so this guy is we know from before, right? So I was thinking, hey, that's a good idea. So how to communicate through a video to the customers. Yeah, so then landing pages, many different things, just to be approachable to the customers, and obviously, yeah, participate when it was possible to virtual meetings as the EBF is doing now, because EBF it's fully virtual. So then that's what we are doing basically.
Well, let's talk about EBF, because for those people who are familiar with EBF, perhaps you can tell them a little bit about EBF. I know it's running this week. So what is EBF, and why is it important for SCIEX to be there?
It's very important. So because we think that so as an example, this year is the 50th anniversary for SCIEX. That's a very important year. It was a very important year in many senses, so because we launched 2 big new platforms, and one of them is fully dedicated for this market. So then EBF is the European Bioanalytical Forum, so it's where bioanalysis is happening in Europe, and now it's just crossing, I would say, or it's going overseas as well. And SCIEX is considered something like the core, or our core business, and the customers are considering us as leaders on these markets. And that's why this year it was very important for us. And we have to move everything into virtual, but it's okay. So then what happens at DBF is that it's a community that they are in some way not only showing the latest workflows or news or whatever the different pharma companies and CEOs are doing related to bioanalysis, but also so then they are just thinking ahead. So then how they can move ahead into the bioanalysis, so then how they can just move ahead also into the regulations and so on for making better drugs. So then, and that's very important. So because it's not only, I would say, just to, hey, we are meeting here for doing business, that is very nice, but no, it's to implement. So then, what should be the bioanalysis in the next years? So then, and this is something that the organization is doing very well. What is doing SCIEX, or how SCIEX is there, or why is there? Again, so because bioanalysis is our DNA, sensitivity and robustness is our DNA, is what these people is needing, and we are there. So then, and we have our virtual booth that yeah, we'll send you the link, and then you can share with the people. And we are having different presentations and different materials. So then we had a nice presentation yesterday from PPD. It's one of our customers presenting or introducing the 75. That is the latest triple quad that we have launched into the market this year. So we were presenting today some posters related to basically peptide analysis in different drugs. And it was one ADCs, but also insulin, that they have different challenges. And tomorrow we will have more posters during the session that will start at 4 o'clock. So then Jack will present about oligonucleotides, that it looks like, at least in Europe, it's another big way about oligonucleotides, but also about EcoMS, that is the other technology. EcoMS, it's a astonishing technology. It's no LC technology for mass spec, and you can run 3 samples per second. So that means that I would say on the discovery development, but also moving downstream. So then, so because we are moving applications downstream, so we'll see how we can feed really into the bioanalysis, but this will come probably. So then it's a very important technique. So, and the poster, in fact, is highlighting 6 samples per second. So it's amazing. So that's what we can offer. And all this information is our booth. So we have our booth. You can find there.
Right. Well, there you go. So if you are attending EBF, make sure you check out the booth and their presentations. And even if you're not attending EBF, you can still check out their booth with the link that I'll be putting above this video. So you click on that video and you'll get lots of information. And I have to say that the virtual booths that SCIEX do are very interactive, very 3D, and it is like walking into a virtual world on a gaming platform, because they do make it very 3D. So I would really recommend you checking out the booths. They are actually quite interesting. There's got lots of interesting information into mass specs and the different areas that Ferran was talking about. So Ferran, that sort of covers EBF. Where else can people expect from SCIEX going forward? Are there lots of other exciting developments? I know you can't necessarily share all of them because some will be top secret, but should people be watching this space for more information from SCIEX about what's happening in the mass spec market?
I mean, yeah, it's as an example. So just because, I mean, so we are talking about EBF as well. So then, I mean, so there is there is a wave into the bioanalytical world, especially when we are moving into large molecules, to analyze those molecules instead of triple quad with a QTOF. So then that it's a higher resolution instrumentation. So this is something that you can find. So we have just developed a very nice software for doing intact quantitation, and that's amazing, because it's one of the main challenges. And then how to deconvolute the data. So how to make the So what you are getting from the LC, from the mass spec, sorry, convert these into real data, and the software is helping a lot on this. So in future developments, so well, SCIEX has been well known by drive the technology into the mass spec. So then we were the first company just coupling an LC into mass spec. So this is our tradition. So then just try to move and moving just before what our competitors are doing. So for sure, next year will be a very exciting year. So because something will be on the oven. So let's see.
That could mean many different things there, Ferran.
But it's I would say it's an evolution in what concerns to the instrumentation. So then if you think in the evolution from SCIEX now again, so we have recently launched the 75, and it is a big achievement. So in the sense of the sensitivity and robustness, I'm always thinking in one campaign. So then maybe you remember, because you like sports as well. So Ronaldo Nazario, the good one, just in top of the Corcovado with the Pirelli advertisement. So then the power without control means nothing. So, and that's probably the sense of SCIEX. The power without control means nothing. You can have higher sensitivity, but if you're not reproducible and robust, means nothing. So then that's why the 75 is there. And then thinking what is next. So then we will see. So people needs to wait. So then, but I can guarantee that will be a roller coaster year next year as well. So up and downs, but with a lot of ups for SCIEX for sure. Yeah.
Well, I'm impressed that you managed to use a football analogy with Ronaldo. I hate to say this, in the UK, we always call him Fat Ronaldo, and I compare it to the real Ronaldo, which I call, who's a Man United fan. So I always love the Ronaldo for Real Madrid, and now obviously Juve as my Ronaldo. So there you go. But I'm impressed with that. So you were going to say there was something else you were going to say there about SCIEX.
No, I mean, so then also if we are looking into the pharma industry and in the sense of the applications as an example, so then something that we are really focused right now is on nitrosamine analysis. So then it's impurities, that it's very important. So then has been a hot topic for the last year and will continue next year. So then, and we are developing new applications again. So we have a very nice, excellent lab in Gurgaon in India that is helping a lot on this. Just for developing just new drugs, because the number of drugs are increasing, so the authorities are just recalling more different type of compounds, and you need to look into nitrosamines not only into the drug, also into the API, but also just looking for your risk assessment, and you will see during the next year some new innovations from SCIEX on that sense as well.
All right, well, look out. So watch this space then, people. Hopefully we'll have another interview with you when we're talking about those new developments as well.
Yeah, for sure.
So on that note, I'll just finish with one thing, which is to say commiserations about the NBA playoffs. I know your beloved Celtics lost, but
I cannot wake up, so because I will watch as well. So then, no, I don't want to listen. Well, so then, I want to listen. Let me listen.
But obviously the Lakers did win, and my other favorite team in the NBA, the Heat, were in the final as well. So my commiserations for that. I'm glad you're still smiling after all that and the broken leg. So all I can wish you is speedy, good health. Quick recovery. I hope everybody found that useful. As Ferran was saying, if you're at EBF, check out their talks tomorrow. And even if you're not at EBF, please check out the booth. The links will be above the video so you can see that. And Ferran, thank you very much for your time. It's lovely to see you again, my friend. Hopefully we can do this again soon.
Yeah, thank you very much. I just want to tell you one thing about, because congratulations for the NBA title. So I know that your teams, then like Lakers and Heat, both they came to the finals, and your heart was divided. But in some way, I was happy for the both teams. So I'm a Celtic fan. So then I was defeated on the semifinals, on the conference finals. But I was happy for both teams because it was the clear example of team effort. So then especially for the Heats with not a big star. So Jimmy Butler is a very good player, but he's not considered to start as other players. So then they made to achieve the finals, and so be very competitive. and also because of the Lakers. So then the Lakers had Rajon Rondo, that it's Celtic. I mean, he's green in his heart. So then, and he deserved that opportunity, and he won. And also the rest of the team was not created by big stars apart of LeBron James. So then, but LeBron James was also acting as a good leader, just trying to make this team together for winning the finals. So then, yeah, it was a good demonstration of team effort and teamwork as well. And I'm happy for this. And I'm happy for you, obviously.
Well, what can I say, people? Look, a magnanimous loser and someone who looks always at the positive. So despite his team getting knocked out, he found a life lesson there from the teams he doesn't necessarily like and shared it with everybody. So Ferran, all I can say is thank you very much. You're a real gentleman. Look after yourself. And I hope you found that. It's a little team building exercise. Check out the playoffs. Watch the Lakers win again. It was a great game, great series. And make sure that more importantly, you check out the SCIEX booth at EBF. The link will be there. And so, as always, Ferran, thank you very much. Look after yourself. And to everybody else, also look after yourself. Stay well and stay safe until next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. And stay safe as well, Rizwan. A pleasure. Bye.
Bye-bye.